Hello, awesome people. I hope you're having just an amazing day today. Today I take a look at the next short story in the Scroll of Thoth collection that was published in the mid-90s. It's called The Curse of the Crocodile. It's 19 pages long. It's a nicer, shorter for this. Some people would be more of a medium size, which took me about 45 minutes for me to read last night for the first time. I like it. This collection was published in the mid-90s, and these were written before that by Richard Tierney and set in the Cthulhu Mythos and Roman Empire, but it's more of a sword and sorcery, influenced by Robert E. Howard than by Lovecraft proper. It has people in it like the Black Pharaoh and Thoth from the Cthulhu Mythos, so it is in that genre of stuff, but it's definitely more of a fantasy fantasy sword and sorcery take, kind of similar to Robert E. Howard's stuff. Our protagonist is Simon Magus. He is a gladiator in Rome for a couple of years after being sold to slavery, so he's a Samaritan. He's definitely not a fan of the Roman Empire. He thinks they're evil. He's out for revenge. And then after he gets his escape, he learns magic. That's where his last name, Simon Magus, comes from. So he learns magic. He's more of a wizard and a priest and servant of some stuff. So that's our main character, Simon Magus, for you folks. Now let's. So this one again, it's a nice short story. Many of these ones are 37 pages long. So it took about an hour less for me to read it last night, which was nice and good, and a nice change of pace at 19 pages in this oversized collection, The Scroll of Thoth. So basically what's happening, and again no spoilers, so I'll just do the first couple of pages and so forth to get you started, but what's happening is that we're in Egypt again, we're in the deserts nearby, which is where a few recent short stories have been happening, and our main character Simon Magus awakens his old master, who is the chief priest of a temple of Ptah, and I think it's pronounced Ptah, P-T-H, and then it's who's the chief priest and was where he used to work and be a servant, his old master, and so forth. And he wakes him up, and in his deep chambers, deep in the complex behind many protections. And his master's like, "What's going on?" And he surprised me. And how could you sneak in here like this? And he's like, "You trained me that." He's like, "You did. You're right. You did, including how to scale the walls, and so forth." And then he's going to tell him some stuff that's been happening. Some people have been chasing him from the Roman Empire with a huge number of troops and so forth that are chasing him, and his master's like any enemy of Caligula's is a friend of Egypt. But of course, this time Egypt is a province of Rome. So we're going to find out that in the first couple of pages, that from Simon Magus to his mentor, one of the people of Upper Egypt has just been looking to become emperor and have his nephew become sort of the governor of all of Egypt, not just Upper Egypt or Lower Egypt, which were divided into separate Roman colonies at the time, and so forth. And now some dark stuff is happening. It's going to involve the temple where they are at. So that's the first few pages in. So I'll go ahead and stop it there. Again, this is a nice change of pace. It's some good stuff. I definitely enjoyed it for that reasons. It's pretty light with the storytelling by speaking, stronger with actually showing and so forth. I definitely thought that it was a good line. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. So it was good stuff. Lengthwise, the descriptions are good. So I think it's probably going to be more like a 7.5 out of 10. I gave the previous one a 7 out of 10. Right, folks, I think the ending here is great, although it's broadcast. But basically, that's the key to happening early. But that's the only weakness I'd say with this. So that is The Curse of the Crocodile for you folks. A 7.5 out of 10 for you folks. Have you read it? If so, what did you think about it? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Whatever your thoughts are. If you agree with 7.5 out of 10, let's talk about that too. And then, if you like this video, why not hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon if you're feeling frisky, and then also let your friends know too. And then, also this, like I said, this does have some Cthulhu Mythos things. And it's published by Chaosiam, which is in their Cthulhu Mythos series. It was recommended to me on Amazon. But again, it is more of a sword and sorcery that's influenced by Howard in the last And Howard does have some Cthulhu Mythos short stories that are set during the Roman Empire shortly thereafter, where there are also the big bads, like a guy in the Celtics circles, and his Cthulhu Mythos things are more of, again, Sword and Sorcery style too. So you could definitely see more of a Howard influence here, even with his Mythos stuff, than a true Cthulhu Mythos, bigger scale horror, cosmic horror stuff. So there you are. But again, there you are. As a reminder, of his channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said, "And the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones," right? This is definitely older stuff, decades ago, that you may not have even heard about. So finally, I just want to pause and thank you so much just for taking some time out of your day and investing in watching my video, because we all have so many things, right, that are happening in our lives. And we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you took this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate it. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.